Good evening. The group I observe each week at my internship and now co-facilitating is the Teen Outreach Program known as TOPS Group. This group is designed to be a psychoeducational group and support group for high-risk middle school and high school youth. I have been observing the group in an alternative high school setting for girls. The school lets the TOPS program operate independently at the school. The facilitator of the program is the coordinator of the TOPS program in Lee County, and she works under the umbrella of a local child welfare agency. Luckily, from what I can see, there are no barriers or regulations that make it difficult for the group to be ran the way it is designed. The group consistently meets every Monday at 1 p.m. without any issues. If there's ever a school holiday break, anything like that, then the leader adjusts the day so the girls can still have their weekly group, which is really nice because, as we all know, a lot of holidays fall on Mondays. The group is designed to provide positive development for adolescents through curriculum, group discussions, positive adult guidance and support, and community service learning. Each youth that attends the group has to complete community service hours with the top facilitator each year. Recently, we made dog treats for a local pet shelter, and the girls really seemed to enjoy that. We just used oatmeal and peanut butter and rolled it up, and there was great discussion throughout that time. Each week, the group focuses on different topics for health, from health and development, including building social, emotional, and life skills, developing a positive sense of self, and connecting with others. The facilitators are trained to run the program and have about a 2-inch thick workbook that guides them with different discussion topics and activities. In the last group meeting, I observed the common theme was wanting people to believe in them and wanting the choice back of losing their virginity or engaging in sexual acts for the first time, as several of the youth have been sexually abused. And as we all know, it's oftentimes by a family member, and they didn't seem to have the support of family when they disclosed the abuse. And so that has been a difficult thing for the girls. I recognized this theme when we had the youth engage in an activity where youth was given a specific amount of money. With that money, they got to bid on different items. It was interesting to see the amount of money each person would bid on different items presented. Youth bid the highest on items related to having at least one person always to be there for them and believe in them, and having your virginity until you're married. Youth disclosed that they did not have these things, and it wasn't because of choices that they made. It's because of things that were done to them, or the lack of support in their lives, or the lack of positive parenting, things like that. And so it's all something they have in common. The group has an interesting structure because there are 2 leaders, one with a more natural dominant personality and the other seeking attention wherever she can get it. The attention seeker appears to be crying for just someone to be there for her, and she's frequently in my office throughout the week. Like, I can tell you there's usually not a day that goes by that she's not in my office, and she's just really looking for someone to be there for her in her life. Then we have several quiet youth that are don't speak up very often. Sorry, hold on. I feel that if other 2 did not dominate so much, that the other quieter members would speak up. However, the group leader does not turn questions back to the group as often as she should, which does not provide much opportunity for the youth to speak up, especially the quieter youth, because obviously the dominant ones, right away they're saying something, and they don't need much encouragement to do so. I do not feel like the group has a lot of bond, which results in them lacking mutual aid. I believe this is the result of lack of leadership, establishing group norms in the beginning. It seems as if each member is for themselves and they do not really help each other out. I observe them in the hallways between group, and they do not even support or associate with one another outside of the group, which is interesting. I am there Monday through Friday, and so I have a great opportunity that some don't, to be able to observe interactions of the youth and like their personalities outside of the group. So it really helps me relate back to them during the group now that I'm co-facilitating. I feel that the group really lacks the overall purpose of support that it's meant to have, and there on occasion is great substance, like in the game that was played with money, but overall it lacks this most of the time. So the girls were talking and really engaging when we did that activity, but other groups, they're really quiet and the leaders dominate, where it's not beneficial for all the group members, and it could be. I think the leader of this group is very relaxed and easygoing, which makes her relate to the youth very well. However, as stated before, I don't believe that she implemented the group as it's intended, so the youth are not benefiting from it the way they should. This is very concerning to me, as the group is for high-risk youth, and they need to benefit from the social support the group could provide. They need the life skills, which can be provided throughout discussion, and they need a positive sense of self to connect with one another. The girls all have very similar backgrounds and could be a major source of support for one another if the group actually did work, and hard work. It seems like they really tiptoe around what needs to be discussed, and the leader allows them to do that. If I were to run the group, and now that I'm starting to co-facilitate, I feel like I need to discuss with the group leader ways we can engage the girls more and work through their past so they can learn how to self-love and respect, so they can really understand that they are in the same boat and can lean on each other for support, and get their involvement so they can learn from the psychoeducation group sessions instead of letting the hour really pass them by. I do see involvement at times, but like I said before, it's not often. The group really needs to start from the beginning and reestablish the group norms, develop mutual aid, encourage them to take risks, have questions being turned back to the group by the leaders. This group has a ton of potential, and the girls really need to get the most out of it that they can before they graduate, because they don't have that support in their life or positive role models. So we really need to be that for them and help guide them.